Welcome back to another Tera Plays Tera video. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to go over the 113.01 build update for Tera console, but inside the game itself. Now, usually within a few days, I release this. It's been a bit more longer because I've just not had the time, as well as I've been a bit busy with IRL work and other stuff. Some weddings have been picking up and whatnot. So within that, I do want to get these videos out. I promise I will keep up with the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday schedule. I do want to thank you all so much for being an amazing audience and fantastic fans, as we have hit 500 subscribers. So do know within that I will be releasing a War Tank guide. It might just take a bit of time, because I already have a few videos planned in the works that I really want to release that are a bit current, as well as War Tank is in kind of a funky spot due to the fact of with the whole Poison Blade and Traverse Cuts issue, that I still need to figure out what the devs are doing, and within that I don't want to release wrong information because I've not had the full time to really focus on how it affects the class and how it affects the teammates. Within that though, there is issues with it that I know that I will bring up to the devs, and I know a lot of people have been contacting me about pet issues. I do promise I will cover all this in next week's State of Tera console. But for today, I do want to cover the changes with the build update and what those changes are in the game. So the first thing we'll start off with, of course, is always the events that are going on. This has been reset and it's still active from what it seems. They might have stopped giving out tickets, but if you have tickets, you can still get stuff. And I believe tickets might be still coming in every once in a while. There's also the dungeon or the winter essence, dungeon essence. Basically, it's all the same stuff. If you're still looking for cheap pets, you can. Of course, there's an item that and basically that is that's all the events. But the newest event, that if you are logged in, you will get what's called the happiness tickets. This happens every so often throughout the year. Basically, you get lucky pouches in your parcel, you open them up, you get a happiness ticket and a random item. And if you're still hurting for abyssal scrolls, it's a pretty quick grab. If you're looking for a new inner or the Maruma's inner, if you're maybe a new player, maybe you want to hunt down your circlets, this is a quick grab for some of the Mistel circlets, as well as anyone who wants to grind out mask for whatever reason. Quarterfoil brooch, I don't know why it's in here. This is just stupid, but it is what it is. Consumables, honestly I wouldn't buy these, but hey, maybe some people want them. The one item that I will say is potentially the most worth in here is the card XP by 500. This is actually a really useful item, and I'm super happy to see that they are giving away card XP. It is, though, quite pricey, and it depends. If you play enough, maybe you can get a few. I don't really know the math because the lucky tickets are kind of up in the air, random gen. And then, of course, there is mounts and special items. I don't think these are really necessarily worth it. Like I said, I think at this point, card XP 500 is really the only thing worth it in here. If you're endgame, if you're a new game player, you may argue that fact, and that is 100% fair, because honestly, trying to get a Mistel 5 circlet is quite annoying nowadays, but 200 tickets is probably a lot easier. Within that though, that is all the events. So let's get into what they've actually added in the game. And the first thing I want to go over is the new Ace dungeons. So as you can see here, we have Akasha's Trial still here. We have Kratos' Trial, Lilith's Trial, and Lumika's Trial. I'm actually going to run Lumika's Trial, and I'm going to do it with random, just to show the loot and the Vanguard all at once, because honestly these trials are really good. And for once, for solo players, this is something that is really nice, really useful, Again, I am much over geared for this dungeon, so for me, it's not gonna take that long at all. But someone who's 460, I think, should be able to confidently do this dungeon. And honestly, if there's nothing going on, the rewards are realistically not that bad. So we're gonna just go ahead and run in. And basically kill her pretty quickly. I don't even think I put buffs on because I'm just lazy. And there we go, simple enough. Within that though, you can see that the rewards, I got 2 diamonds. You know, the fragments, everything in here is overall pretty decent for at least the Lumicus trial. Even for people who are at endgame, you get a decent amount of Derricks and Cyclos. You get a decent amount of gems. There's even an energetic Bahar mask. Some training books. Just overall, I am so happy to see that they added Ace trials that actually match decent rewards. Again, the rewards, one could argue could be better, but honestly, overall, I think it's a fairly decent reward. And the Vanguard's not that bad itself, being that it's 4,000 gold. Sure, that doesn't match up to the 30 or 12k that you get from these guys, but within like a 30-second minute fight, and I didn't even have buffs, a free 4,000 if no one else is free to play. I like that we're moving in this direction of adding this content. I would like to see more content, of course, always being added, but hey, this is something I think the devs need to do for quite some time. So now, I'm not going to go through all the Ace trials. You can play them out as you feel. Again, I believe Akasha's trial, everyone knows it from leveling up in the beginning. It's the full Akasha dungeon. Kratos trial, for anyone who's really confused, that is just Absinthe, the 2 bosses. Lilith's trial, from what I remember on PC, was only Lilith, but for console you actually fight all 3 bosses. Again, not bad. And for anyone who's new to Ace trials, you can pick whether if you want, you know, the BAM hits, the combo counter, or just how fast you can do it. Honestly, if you're decent enough, I say do random for the extra medals, because within that, if you go to claim, you can even get diamond pouches. Look at that. I apologize, I got sidetracked. You can go to the shop, and golden plates and silver plates are kind of a nice reward. Health potions are always nice. And then you can also get a diamond and emerald pretty quickly. For new players, smart dyads are also a good reward. And then the glyph boxes are still there and just kind of useless. But overall, this is a nice updated shop. It's good to see that they are doing that. And even if it's not fully updated, well, now the shop has more value because honestly, the Ace dungeons in general just have an overall more value to them. So the next biggest thing about Tera console is the card system. And I'm going to keep this kind of short because first off, I fucking hate this system. I hate everything about this for the most part, and I despise it, and I'll go over that in a future video. I believe that is going to be Saturday's video. I'll talk about, you know, I'll have the time to actually grind some of the stuff to do it. I'll use some of the Tera coin to buy some stuff and cover overall this system. But just to show it off for people to understand, you basically farm these cards out and you receive any of these buffs. Now you can get the good cards, Kaya and Velika, or Velik, along with they increase your power, and as you level up the cards, the stats get better. Now you might be wondering, well, how do you level them up? Basically, in a short term, you have to obtain a card, you have to use it. As you can see, I've already used it. I have to actually go to binder to clearly enchant it, and you just enchant it. Now this is where you need card XP and that stuff, which again, I'll go over more of that on Saturday's video when I do the whole card collection guide. But yeah, this is going to be a very long, heavy grind, and I hate what they've done right now, because I can tell you right now, the grind to get all of the cards, if you want to complete them, is not, no, don't even try to do that. I will be diving into some research to see if I can shorten that grind, but ideally right now it's disgusting and I hate the system, so that has delayed me from wanting to talk about it, because it's literally dog water. But within that is the card system. You collect the cards, you can get them from dungeons. So anyone's like, how do you get them without paying? As you complete any dungeon, you get a random card legendary card crate. And then, yeah, again, like I said, I will go over into more depth on the cards Saturday in Saturday's video. And that's that. It sucks. I've already spoke to the devs, and I will speak to them about a few other things that I've been hearing complaints about. And hopefully by either Saturday or next Tuesday, I will have a good idea of what to bring you all. And that's really it. That's all we have this update. It's very small. I would have loved to see a new dungeon. I do think rampaging is still here. I think you can still go into it and run it. If I am wrong, please let me know in the comment section, but I believe I was able to enter after the update. It's just that the event leaderboard is done and over. Everyone should be getting those rewards within the next 24-48 hours, and all in all, it's what it is, you know. It was a dungeon that I would have liked. I think they should bring a new dungeon in. I think it's been time, but that's just me personally. So, within that, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more Tera console or in general Tera content, along with potentially new games that will be coming on this channel very soon, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as I greatly appreciate that. As I said in the beginning, I will be bringing that War Tank guide out as soon as I can. Within that though, that is the end of today's video. So as always, I hope you have a fantastic night and or day, whatever time it is by you that you are watching, and I hope to see you in Aboria, gamers.